Right, Mr. Khasnis, thank you for joining us. The first question, thank you. The first question, what made you change the name from My Notice Period to Hiree?
So as a company, we've always been focused on improving recruitment efficiencies, right? So we want to make sure that companies can hire fast, and that happens in two ways. One, you identify candidates fast, and the second, once you've identified, you get through the process really fast. And My Notice Period was our first attempt or the first cut of that effort, saying, okay, let's get to the notice period, guys, because that's a very clearly defined candidate set. The value proposition is very simple. Candidate, recruiter, both sides, very simple to understand. And as a startup, you want a name and a value prop that is very easily, gets into the heads of people. So that's why the name and that's why the focus. So over the year that we executed My Notice Period, we built out all the other features that we wanted to improve the hiring efficiency. So that includes the recruiter mobile app, including WhatsApp in the communication, and a collaboration tool set that we have built inside the platform. Now as that got ready, we were good to expand to other set of people, right? So we took the notice period guys as is, so they continue to be there. We have added people who are actively looking, so who are going through a job change right now, and then we also have available people who are between jobs, may have taken a break, sabbatical, now willing to come back to the workforce. So that's kind of the other set of people that we brought in. But the core value prop remains the same, that we remove candidates at end of 90 days, so you don't have passive or people who are not looking for a change on the portal at any point of time. So that stays. That was kind of the reasoning behind evolving from a My Notice Period to a Hiree.
All right. How are you different from the other recruiting services?
Yeah. So first and foremost, we are a job seeker portal. We are not a job portal. Even today, you cannot post a job on Hiree, right? Like a lot of recruiters say, okay, I have these 10 positions. Can you post the job? And like, we don't have a job, and like, so how do we do this? Point to understand is we are in an employer market. We are in an employee market, not an employer market. So companies are looking for people, not the other way around. The job portal is built on the logic that people are looking for jobs. But given the status that given the phase that we are in, companies are looking for people.
What made you select this model?
Because that's reality of job market right now. So let's just have job seekers who are interested listed, and let companies go after them. A typical job portal experience, if you are an employer, you say, okay, I'm looking for a front-end developer, and hundreds of people apply, right? Because it is your company is a desired destination for me. So I want to work at a Google, so any job at Google will do, right? So I'll go apply. And now as a recruiter, you have this task of going through the set and figuring out who the real people are. So versus we said, just keep that thing out. The way the market is working right now is we need people listed and let companies go after them. And then the choice is finally in the hands of the job seeker.
Any specific trends in the HR sector right now?
HR, so I'll tell you on the candidate pool, right? So we obviously see a lot of people from the IT section. It's a function of two things. One, we've started in Bangalore, worked out of Bangalore for a long time. Our initial marketing was focused in Bangalore, so a lot of IT people showed up on the portal. The platform is actually agnostic to domains. So we have finance guys, we have sales guys, marketing guys. Nothing stops them from being on the portal. So we have a lot of IT guys because of the way the market is, and then there is attrition in IT for anything from 10% to 20%. So that's why you see a lot of that. We are seeing one trend that we very prominently seeing is willingness to work at newer companies, at startups, right? So when we ran a survey last year, about 80% of people said that they're open to work at a startup. Whereas startup founders like us always think that these guys are not going to, like, they are not going to like working in a startup. So that was a big learning. Seeing people in finance, legal, on our portal was again an eye-opener thing, that that the My Notice Period type problem exists there as well. And like I said, Amazon has been hiring accountants from us, and Finax has been hiring auditors and finance domain people. So problem that we originally thought is purely IT specific, turns out that a lot of other industries are having it, which was a good discovery for us. And But otherwise, we see the trends continue. I mean, people are hungry to hire. Most of these companies that we have in the forum today are looking to add people. So, great.
How did you find this event? What would the takeaways be for you?
So, event I like is actually pretty power packed event, right? I mean, you've got people from all the top places, and it's not very often that you see these kind of people come together and debate what HR means or what recruitment or talent acquisition means. And having a Maruti, a Vodafone, and an Aviva and Indian Railways all sitting together and talking about HR is just amazing, right? And as a company that serves this industry, this is an eye-opener, right? And thanks to Businessworld putting together this strong list of panelists, it's just amazing. A lot of learning today.
All right. If you could share with us few figures, which industry is really doing well in terms of hiring and which is at the bottom list, attrition?
So it is, so our learnings are limited to our customer base. We obviously just a year old, so we are still not as big to say spot industry trends, but IT, ITES, retail, finance, sales and marketing across industries continue to see extremely high demand. We're seeing good demand for very niche skills. So within computing now, it's pretty much commoditized, saying there's a bunch of people who are like, you can just replace one person with the other person. And then the newer companies are now very specific, saying I need an expert in, say, data warehousing. I need an expert in machine learning, which was not seen earlier. So it's a good trend. I think it bears well for the market, and I think as Make in India and other things happen, we'll see this elsewhere as well. Earlier, jobs were getting outsourced. So the core jobs were staying with the parent location, the headquarters, and the lower in the value chain jobs are coming to, say, places like India, Philippines, the outsourcing destinations. Now, as you have the Flipkarts and the Snapdeals who are doing business from here, building solutions for India, even the top line has to go from here, right? So that's why you see, say, the e-commerce guys going and hiring from the valley, right? So we're trying to now get people from there to here, and the same thing will happen in design, same thing will happen in manufacturing. As we start having our own companies setting up base here, and this becomes the headquarter, I'm sure like key niche, top tech, or even otherwise niche expertise becoming a local phenomenon.
All right. If you could tell us a little about the process, because you said there isn't any jobs available in your website, and it's just the other way around. So how do you go ahead and filter? What's the turnaround time?
Sure. So step one obviously is for the job seeker to come in and register, give information about what industry, what vertical that person is from. What we ask upfront about what expectations they have. Right? A lot of portals don't capture that. Like you might be a software architect looking to be a manager, or a manager looking to be something else. Your current job title is not reflective of what you really want to be. Your current salary a lot of time is not representing what you really want. Right? Your company may not have had appraisal cycles, say, for 2 years, right? Or there's something else going on in your company for which maybe your salary was never touched, or your bonus did not get through because the company did not do well. So a lot of people have their salary at a certain number, but their expectation is at a very different number, right? When the recruiter conversation begins, they are looking at this number, the candidate is looking at this number, so there's a big gap. So you go through like 3 rounds of interviews and then say, oh, by the way, how much salary do you expect? And they're like, oh yeah, I can't afford this person, right? So we do that. So we collect all of this information that is not available in any other portal, bring all of that data in, and we do have jobs. So the little secret is we do have jobs, but they are internal only to the recruiter. So the recruiter can post a job, and then the system does the smart matching. Like what I was saying today morning, that I know what industry you work in, what kind of companies are similar to your kind of companies, what kind of sentiments are associated with your profile, and then I can start filtering all of that out and show you the right kind of people, which again is not done in today's world, right, where it's just purely skill-based search. We're missing the whole context of a TCS is very happy to hire from Wipro, but a Flipkart is not as enthused going after a TCS person. So that is missing big time today.